Another year, another Call of Duty. Is it good? Is it bad? Well, let's get through it. With the beta now coming to an end, I feel like I've got a good sort of grasp on this COD's multiplayer, so I'll go for what I think is good, bad, and what is also ugly about the multiplayer. Now, obviously, this is just a beta and the game could change a lot, but after the beta, this is my opinion on the game, and whether or not I think you should pick it up when October comes around. So, let's go.
Finally, some good fucking food.
Black Ops 6's new feature is Omni Movement, and is it any good? Yeah, I think it's actually pretty cool, and actually a good addition for the movement system in the game. The ability to dive in any direction and slide makes certain weapons like shotguns feel better, and now there is an actual good way for you to get out of the way of danger with your mobility. And when you're playing, you feel like you can actually respond to what's actually being done to you. So if you're being shot in a direction, you can dive in another direction to get out of danger. And of course, dolphin diving is a lot of fun in this game. The gunsmith is back and in my opinion is very much improved. Initially in Modern Warfare 2, when they expanded the gunsmith even more, I thought it would be a good thing allowing us to tinker completely with weapons, but to me it just made the game way too complicated and way too much about min-maxing the attachments, and most of the attachments were completely worthless. So Black Ops 6 has cut a lot of the fat and slenders the actual weapon customization out a lot. In my opinion, makes it a bit better. And in addition to this, the attachments now are not as detrimental to your gun and actually allows you to use most attachments without getting fucked over just because you want to use them. Things like the grenade launcher or certain suppressors because you just don't want to appear in the minimap. I know a lot of people will initially think this is a big downgrade, but look, something that is more complex does not necessarily make it a better thing. It just makes it more tedious to figure out, and in my opinion, it actually made the newer CODs, especially last year and Modern Warfare 2, actually more harder to approach. Maps, they're all decent. I do like the layouts of all of them and the designs overall of each map. I think they look nice and they should play nice from what we've gotten so far, but they all are a bit small and I would like to see some bigger maps. Weapons. They all feel good and not too cumbersome to use, like in Modern Warfare. Visual recall isn't a problem and I never feel like the gun I'm using is the reason that I'm losing gunfights. It's mainly because I just can't aim. Pistols are actually usable, the shotguns feel fun, the ARs are tight and the SMGs are fast, but one gun class is pretty bad and I'll talk about that in a bit. The wildcard system. I like it, allowing players to pick a card. I think it's a great addition to the current class system, and hopefully when more cards are available, it will make classes a bit more diverse than what we currently have. And I think that's really a lot of the stuff that I genuinely really like about the beta. So let's go on to some of the things that I think are a bit of an issue.
Oh shit!
First up, the Jackal PDW. It's too strong. It needs a nerf. Honestly, the SMGs are a bit too good in this game, especially at longer ranges, as these guns can compete with ARs and even snipers at long range. And obviously that's not how it should work. So I think a quick fix to this would just be to increase the damage drop off of these weapons and make them a little bit less accurate at long ranges. But I'm not a dev, I'm just a random player, but I do think it's a bit ridiculous that the PDW can 5-shot at long ranges. Sniper flinching. Holy fuck, Treyarch do not like sniper players. These things are just not good in this game. They just don't feel good. Terrible centering, odd feeling scope-ins, and the flinching is unbearable. Even with the flinch resistance attachments, it does not make a difference. They are almost unusable, and I'm being serious. I really do think these need a buff badly. I genuinely hope they really do tone this down a bit, because how fast the game is and how fast you die, you can't really recenter before you die. It's kind of difficult to actually do, and I feel like snipers have been nerfed for no real reason. Perk system. The whole specialization system I don't think really works that well. It kind of pigeonholes players into specific perks that they have to use to get these specializations. If you want my opinion, I keep it, but I think they should make it so you have to pick 2 perks to be able to pick a specialization. It would allow players to actually sort of pick different perks out and actually allow for class setups to be different. At the moment, a lot of people are just using one color, the red perks, because they give you the best specialization. And that's the problem. You either pick red, blue, or green because you want a certain specialization. If you don't, you lose out on basically a 4th perk, which I think is kind of stupid. Now, there are 3 really bad things about this beta that I think really need fixing. And honestly, if they're not fixed, I will be really upset, and this will actually probably affect the way the multiplayer actually plays. First up, let's get the big one out of the way. The youngsters. Boy, they move way too fast in Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6 is a really fast game, and the new movement is already being pushed to its limits by people. Jump spamming, slide spamming, diving, spinning, everything is too fast, and it's pretty bad in my opinion. I think jumping especially needs to be toned down a bit because it's just a bit much. The amount of people I see jump spamming around corners and stuff, it's just too hard to track, and especially on keyboard and mouse, where unfortunately I don't want to give myself carpal tunnel playing this game. It's just too fast for me, and I think it's actually a problem that I think needs to be fixed. I've been playing COD since the 360 days, so I think I know when the game gets a bit too fast, and Black Ops 6 definitely feels too fast. This also doesn't help with how fast you actually die, so people can go across the map really quickly and just kill you in literally that, and you're done. You have to respawn. And then combining with this, the spawns. What are they? They're terrible. Spawns, they flip too early, they don't flip, or you spawn behind people, in people, or I've had a couple moments where people just spawn in front of me. That you probably think, oh, that's an easy kill for you. No, because I ignore them because I think they're friendly. Spawns are messed up in this game. They don't work. The amount of times you'll be holding an angle on the right side of the map and an enemy will spawn on the left side of the map and you'll spawn and then just come around and kill you. The spawns are really odd. I don't even know how to explain them because they're not aggressive spawns. Like, they don't flip really easily, but they don't flip. They don't seem to flip when you think they're going to flip. They flip either too early or too late. Sometimes you'll run into their spawn and they won't be spawning, so you'll run out and then they'll start spawning in that spawn again because the entire map's taken up. It just is confusing, and the spawns just seem to be really bad in this game. I don't know why. And now, for my biggest complaint about the entire game, the fucking matchmaking. Now, I'm not going to sit here and spout about skill-based matchmaking. It's a dead horse, okay? It's not going to be changed, and I have to accept that. My main problem is the goddamn connection I've been experiencing. Now, the games I recorded were actually pretty decent. However, the night before, I was getting in games with not a single decent connection for 4 hours. I was playing it for 4 hours and I couldn't get a single good connection. Now, you're probably thinking, what is this connection? Well, it's north of 100 ping. Mainly 150 ping I would be sitting at. And boy, this is bad. Games like this, you need the lowest ping possible because when you're in gunfights that end in hundreds of milliseconds, adding 150 milliseconds on top of that, then is a bit of a problem. Please, Treyarch, just make sure the matchmaking is actually a bit focused now so the servers don't fuck me, because I've been playing with funny shotguns and unfortunately by the time I click, I'm already dead because unfortunately the game's not actually processing my click fast enough for me to actually kill someone. And as I said, you die in about, the time to kill is very fast in this game, it feels. And honestly, it is making me go insane. Please help me. But other than that, the beta is really fun. I think it's really good and it's showing a really good base for Black Ops 6 in general. I think a lot of people are being a bit dramatic with this game, saying it's, it's terrible, it's a really bad game. There are some issues that obviously every game has that I think need to be fixed, and Treyarch has always been a bit funny with snipers, so I think they just need to change this literally few things, and this game would honestly be perfect. Of course, we still don't know all the maps, so there's that, and also we don't have all the modes yet, so we don't really know how this game's going to play out. All we've been playing is core, it's not been hardcore, God knows how fast it's going to die in that. Zombies hasn't even been played yet, and people are already complaining about it. We haven't seen campaign, but to me, Black Ops 6 is actually shaping up to be a pretty decent game, and something I probably will actually enjoy. So yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. See you around. Crocodile.